it's Karen, and I'm back with my second design team project for the month of June for AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy. Mode of the hop that we did at the beginning of the month, and if you missed out on the hop, you can still see the projects that everybody made. You can start with mine, and you'll see that video. I'll link it at the end, and you can just start there, and then all the rest of the designers are in the description box below, and you can just hop over and see what everybody created for the hop that we held at the beginning of the month. I decided to upcycle this box. It's a storage box. It has little small containers in it. A lady gave it to me, and it had tea in the little containers. They're very small little containers, but I decided to decorate the whole box, and then I can add it to my collection of decorated boxes that I use for storage in my craft room. I find making decorative storage boxes helps with the look I'm going for, plus keeps me tidier. So this box is that little tea box, and then I decorated it with some papers. They're just small little 6x6 paper pad, cheap paper pad, and I just tore it all up and redid it on top of the box. I tore out this little, or fussy cut out this little bird that was part of the papers and added foam in behind it so it's sitting up a little bit on the top of the box. I initially painted the box in this sort of pinky pearlized paint, and then I decorated it, of course, with these gorgeous appliques and trims from Kim's shop. This is actually part of the dangle trim that I used in my last design team project. You can go back to that video. You'll see it dangling out the bottom of the ephemera folder, gift holder. Also, it's in my design team package for this month, and I used it as to show you that you can cut off the dangles and use them actually as a border trim around such as this paper that you've put on a box, or you could do that around an image as well. Don't waste it though. If you really look hard, you'll see I did not put it behind these appliques or this trim. It's actually a trim, but I cut it out like appliques, because what happens too is you get a lot of bulk in behind there when you start piling stuff up, and I didn't like that look on the box, and I also didn't put it behind the beautiful applique at the bottom here. And so that's one trim. This, of course, is a beautiful dangle applique beaded piece from Kim's shop with the iridescent sequins. This is the smaller one of the two that I received. The bigger one was on my design team project for earlier this month for the hop, and this one I used here. And I just dangled it off the edge of the box and let these little pieces drip down decorative on the side of the box. This is the floral or rose colored trim, and I cut out 3 of the pieces. I actually folded the leaves over here on the side of the box, and then I just glued the rest of it down on here, sort of across diagonal a bit on the box. And then I added a little bit of the pink rhinestone cup chain, which was in Kim's shop. I'm not sure if she has it anymore, but she has other cup chain in her shop. And this size is just beautiful for creating your own little floral centers. I just took a 6mm, I think it's a 6mm flat back pearl from my stash, and I just put the cup chain around it to create these little centers. And I just use I know people use all different kinds of glue, but for that type of thing, I use matte medium, because I just find that when it comes to gluing down metal or cup chain, it works really well. A little tiny bottle with it, that has it in with a little applicator spout, and I can put small amounts down, and then I sort of use the edge of a fine paintbrush to brush away any that I don't want, and then it just dries clear, and it's really nice, and it's really secure. Sometimes hot glue works, sometimes hot glue lets go, so it's kind of iffy with hot glue. It's all in the timing of where the heating is in the glue when you actually get the metal in contact with it. And then this little stick pin I created with one of Kim's gorgeous cabochons. This is one of her Paris collection. and I put a piece of lace behind it, like a little doily, added some little beads from my stash, and I just inserted that down in behind the applique. The edge on this box is all done with her polka dot ruffled trim, which is so pretty, and it looks so great on the edge of this box. I mean, look at it, just looks like a little ruffled skirt. It turned out really nice. And then of course, you know, I can't not finish the inside because that just wouldn't be me. And so again, I use the dangle trim and I use like just sections of it. And then here's a piece of it here as well. And I just projected them down over the bottom, over the lid of the box. You can see that I pieced together pieces of the paper and lined the inside of the box. I used some of the larger pink cup chain that I had in my stash on the inside of the box here as well. And then another one of those beautiful rose florals and a little butterfly that I tatted, and then I've sewn a couple of little crystal beads right in the center of her. So the inside of the lid is quite pretty, and I like that. I like that. If I do decide to give the box away with something in it for someone, I want it to be really pretty finished everywhere, so that you know, when they open it, they're like, whoa, you know, because they find something new. Like, who would expect to find the lid of the box to be decorated like that? And it also gave me a chance to show you how you can use the laces and cut them up, and then also use the dangles in a different way as well than just dangles. So that's the lid of the box, and then here's the inside. So the inside again is all painted with that sort of rosy pearlized paint, and again inside of the box with the papers. And then I use this beautiful lace from Kim's shop, and this is actually, the full width is 2 of these pieces together. I cut it down the middle and I used it like this with the scallop on this side and the cut edge against the edge of the box to line the bottom of the box. And then around the edge of the box on the bottom, I put the beautiful pink, light pink braided trim from Kim's shop, and again a half piece of that lace, the same as what's inside the box, along the edge. So I put that on first and then put the pink braided trim over the top and finished it all the way around. And then of course could not leave the bottom not finished. So again, I used that paper on the bottom and tore it to fit it together. There's some of the birds that were on that paper, the same as what's on the lid. And then I added another tatted butterfly with the little crystals in the center, and these little flat back pearls that I have from my stash that make great little feet for on the bottom of a box. Just putting feet on the bottom of a box just elevates it. You can use a combination of like a button and a flat back pearl on the top glued together to make little feet. You can use little stones, the little round crystal-y stones that you can get in the dollar store, and make great little feet as well. I just happen to have these in my stash, so I use those. This is my second design team project for AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy. Please go over and visit Kim's shop. She's just listed a whole bunch of new laces and trims and some pearl trim, and so treat yourself to something new to add to your collection of crafty items. Her laces and trims, blings, charms, cabochons, they just fit so well with all the goodies you have in your own stash. So just go over and pick up a few things and give yourself something new and fun to craft with. And all the designers will be listed in the description box below. Please go over and visit them and see what they are creating with all the beautiful things from Kim's shop. That's AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.